Aaron and Tiana.
Baby, as soon as I seen these pictures circulating last night, my little crush on him just disappeared immediately.
When Tiana and Aaron stepped out hand in hand, the world froze, and so did Iman's temper. For weeks, people whispered that something was brewing, but no one thought they'd make it this loud, this bold, right where every camera could catch it. One soft kiss under the neon lights flipped months of rumors into facts that hit harder than any headline. The way Tiana leaned in, the way Aaron's hand pressed against the small of her back, said more than any statement ever could. But what really made it explode wasn't just the love they showed. It was the heartbreak it sparked, caught raw and unfiltered when Aman's fury crashed onto millions of screens in real time. That night wasn't about two people finding each other. It was about one man's pride shattering so loud the whole internet still hasn't stopped replaying it. Stay here, because this reveal didn't just break hearts, it ripped open every secret they thought they'd buried deep. It all kicked off like any other big city date night. Music thumping inside a club too crowded for secrets, lights flashing off glossy walls, and Tiana stepping out of a black SUV like she'd never hidden a thing. Her hair fell loose over her shoulders, makeup glowing under street lamps, her fingers already tangled in Aaron's like this was how they'd always walked through crowds. For once, the paparazzi didn't have to duck behind bushes or bribe a staffer for blurry shots. They stood right there, snapping every grin, every soft whisper, every time Aaron leaned down to brush his lips over her temple. It was the moment people said she looked happiest in months. Head tipped back laughing at something only he could hear, no flinch when cameras closed in. All those hush-hush dinner sightings, blurry elevator clips, and gossip threads suddenly made sense. Fans in line at the door swear they saw Aaron kiss her hair and whisper it's time, a soft promise that tonight, they'd stop hiding. By the time they slipped through the velvet rope, Tiana and Aaron was already burning through timelines, each new repost hitting Iman's phone like a match to dry leaves. They say Aman found out the way he finds out everything lately, through a fan who wanted the first laugh at his pain. One single screenshot of Tiana's hand wrapped around Aaron's made its way into his inbox. Some say he sat there for a full minute, just staring at the photo, the lights of his live feed already blinking on his phone screen. He didn't wait to calm down, didn't think to call a friend first. He hit go live like a man about to prove something, though even he didn't know what. At first, he tried to wear that old grin, the one that said nothing could shake him. He paced his living room, voice low, telling thousands of watchers he was fine, even as his eyes darted to the corner of the screen where the comments exploded. They weren't kind. They never are when the internet smells blood. Laughing jokes about Aaron winning, savage edits popping up in real time, trolls typing Tiana's name next to every broken heart emoji they could find. Iman's voice cracked once, just enough for everyone to hear the real break under the tough talk. He swung an arm too wide, knocked over a chair, kept yelling about loyalty and late-night calls, about the lies he'd let slide just to keep pretending. Someone on his team cut the feed when he cursed too loud, but the damage was done. Millions clipped it, reposted it, turned his heartbreak into their new favorite reaction video before he even had time to breathe. When that live cut to black, the real show began. Screenshots of Aman's red face mid-yell popped up side by side with Tiana and Aaron's soft smiles. One moment, rage frozen in pixels. The next, a couple laughing under club lights like they'd never broken a single vow. Some fans called Tiana a queen, brave for loving out loud, tired of secrets, choosing her peace even if it burned bridges. Others tore her apart line by line, cheater, snake, cold-blooded heartbreaker who knew exactly where to stab him so everyone could watch him bleed. Nobody could agree, but everyone had something to say. Aaron didn't post a word, but that didn't stop people from digging up old clips. The way he once smirked when asked about Tiana at a party, the quick deflections that now look like confessions hiding in plain sight. Theories multiplied in every comment section. Maybe they'd never really broken up. Maybe this was all staged to push Aman over the edge. Edits stitched Aman's smooth interviews from a year ago with his raw meltdown, a highlight reel of pride before the fall. By the time the sun came up, sides had been chosen and none of them looked ready to switch. Through all the noise, Tiana stayed silent. No tweets, no half apologies, not even a shady quote reposted at midnight. Just one photo, crisp and clear. Her hand in Aaron's, tight enough to show she didn't plan on letting go soon. No caption, no explanation. Insiders say she's done with explaining, done with acting like the old story deserved to be kept alive. They say she knew exactly what she was doing when she booked that club, when she called the one paparazzo she trusted to catch it all. Some friends swear she's exhausted, from sneaking around, from hiding behind hotel curtains and dark parking garages just to keep a love that wasn't built for secrets. But not everyone buys it. Old friends mutter she's playing it too bold, poking at Aman's anger like a sleeping snake she thinks she can tame. Still, the photo didn't flinch. One hand, 10 fingers, locked tight. The internet could hate her, crown her a villain, spin every theory in the book, but she'd already picked her side, and she wasn't turning back. Aaron's silence says more than any late-night post or public statement could. While the world frantically dug into old DMs, scrolled through blurry backdoor hallway videos, and collated every crumb of evidence tied to him, he stayed conspicuously quiet. No press quotes, no passive-aggressive Instagram captions, just a calm, almost knowing grin each time he stepped outside. It's a smile that seemed to say, "I'm here. I'm unbothered. And trust me, they need me now more than I need them." Insiders whisper that Aaron has been sharpening his strategy behind closed doors. Brand managers have reportedly started reaching out, sensing his pivot from scandal spillover to headline potential. Producers are said to be positioning him for an exclusive, in-depth interview, a show where he won't just dodge the drama, but package it as personal strength. The plan goes like this: a low-key setup with just him and Tiana, no overproduced set, no glossy PR team shadowing them, just honesty. The pitch is that they'll sit across a table, share the unfiltered truth, paint him as the calm presence she leaned on when everything else collapsed. To some, this sounds like shrewd showmanship, the quiet bystander recast as a patient lead actor, ready to take center stage. Critics argue that his reveling in the shift, from side filler to lead character, the scandal gave him oxygen, and now he's set to trade attention for legitimacy. But reliable sources suggest something deeper. They say Aaron genuinely believes he's been steadfast behind the scenes, checking on her, supporting her, even quietly stepping between them when things got dangerous. Rumors about his late-night presence are sticky and persistent. Old receipts are flooding social feeds. Screenshots of his car outside Tiana's place when Iman was supposedly at his other house. Blurry hallway footage of him slipping out at dawn. He looked cautious, not escaping. They are small details, easy to dismiss, but enough to suggest he wasn't just a flash in her life, but a quiet anchor. And with every day he posts nothing, no confrontations, no boasts, the more people wonder, is this craveable silence part of the act, or part of his proof that he's nothing like the chaos that followed? But if Aaron's playing the long game, Iman is already loading the arsenal where everyone can see. Word has it he's collecting every possible conversation, every private DM, every photo. Some say he's got screenshots suggesting Tiana's loyalty wasn't as clean as her public image. Late-night chats with people Aaron doesn't know. Messages hinting she wasn't as committed to their love story as he believed. He's collecting these not for fun. He's setting up potential evidence, ready to drop when the PR narrative gets too polished. His legal team is reportedly just as ready. Quick reference calls to attorneys, preparatory notes for custody filings, contingency planning for disputes over child support and parenting time, because this isn't going away in comment threads. It's heading into courts. Even as he's told to stay quiet, to let the world see his calm side, Iman's resolve is about reputation and retribution. Each time Aaron and Tiana post a picnic photo or a staged moment of peace, they see a fresh target for pushback. Iman's hands-off public stance is strategic. His people are telling him to avoid live interviews, to dodge the spotlight, to let silence speak louder, but pride never took orders from anyone. He's pacing behind the scenes, watching them pose for those photos, awaiting a moment to strike. Sources close to him are worried, quietly telling him restraint might preserve dignity. But he won't stop until he proves he was more than a broken record of denials. When that happens, the aftermath could be devastating. Snapshots of late-night texts, hashtags pointing to inconsistencies in their timeline, newly surfaced DMs that suggest backup plans she kept hidden. A tsunami of revelations could crest all at once. And it doesn't stop there. Custody battles can force every message, every party picture, even every meme, into court evidence. Lawyer letters can unearth financial records, daycare logs, who picked the baby up when, and who never showed. Once the court schedule starts ticking, and public filings begin, they stop being personal and start being historic. For Aaron, a well-timed interview could secure public sympathy and carve him out a place as the stable partner. But it could also expose him to cross-examination. Questions about when he arrived, whom he knew and when, the secrets he kept when it might have saved her. And the world might ask why he didn't speak sooner. This isn't just a social media saga, it's a legal and emotional collision of three fractured people, each armed with phones, lawyers, and an audience. One wrong move, one unexpected post, one misplacement of the child could flip the balance. The internet watches, but courts decide. For Aaron, Iman, and especially Tiana, the real battleground is forging ahead, where every secret they still hold, or think they do, could determine who keeps the child, the story, and, eventually, the peace they all crave. So whose side are you on when the dust finally settles? The couple bold enough to hold hands in the headlights? Or the ex who lost it all in a flash but might have the receipts to flip it back in his favor? Drop your wildest theory below. Did Tiana light her own fuse or just find a way to save herself before someone else did it for her? Hit that like if you want every hidden text, every unseen clip, every savage meltdown that leaks before they can scrub it clean. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This wasn't just a love story stepping into the light. It was betrayal streamed live, heartbreak frozen in pixels, and the next chapter's already knocking at the door. Stay close, because the next time Aman goes live, he might not just break the internet. He might burn it all down with him.